All right, this is the first RT-707 I picked up off of Facebook Marketplace, and it needed several things. First thing I found was the capstan was half speed. There was a blown fuse, so I went through and fixed the 1 amp fuse. That doubled the speed, and now we're running at the right speed all the time. Then in taking it apart and putting it back together, I moved the VU meters while it was on, and they're just laying in here. The faceplate actually holds these things in place. That's why I've got tape, so this doesn't happen again. But I moved the VU meter and popped, the lights went out. And I thought maybe I had burned out the VU meter lights. But in tracing down the circuits back, I found it was another fuse. But I went to the fuse, my multimeter was fooled. While the fuse was in the socket, it tested for continuity. When I popped the 500 milliamp fuse out, it tested as bad. And guess what? That was the circuit that drove these lights. So the lights are back, and my low audio output is also improved by that fuse that was looked like it was good, but it wasn't. So I have now, I can play off my radio. This is an FM signal that I'm just monitoring. If I wanted to record off the radio, I could. I also can, I have my vinyl, my record player, my turntable up there. I have a CD player. Basically any audio or guitar, whatever I have, whatever I play through that, I can get as a source here. And of course, amp it up so that, I get to the right recording level and things like that. Or what I didn't have before was really a good audio output from the tape source. So let's take this off of pause. I now have good output from the tape. Change direction. And you'll notice that mute between changing directions. There's a muting circuit in here, which is until the tape gets up to speed, it doesn't want to hear that. So it actually mutes the sound until everything checks in, and then it turns the audio back on. So very cool. Really pleased with this, and so basically this is the second RT-707 that I've kind of got back into the land of the living. And the recording works. I'm not going to record over the top of the song, but you can see that light comes on. If I wanted to record, could do that. I'm going to make sure that I'm not. So I want to stop this for a minute. I'm going to want to align the heads, clean the heads, and demagnetize them, and just kind of give it a good service. I'm going to kind of play with this reel. This is an eBay reel of just kind of random music being recorded that I picked up. I wanted some tape, so I got something that was pre-recorded. So the quality of the recording, left and right and things like that, it wasn't made on this machine. So I'm not getting too worried about if the VU meters aren't tracking perfectly, on both songs. And it does track differently between one side and the other, one direction and the other direction. This machine has actually 4 heads. It has a playback for both directions. So 2 playback heads, a erase head, this black one, and then a record head. You have to record in one direction. Can't record in either direction. But really good, solid machines. And now I have 2 that are in the land of the living, back from various issues, fuses and things like that. Cosmetic things on the other one was more the issue. I call that one the basket case, because that came with kind of like no, parts only, no guarantees. This one I got off of Facebook locally. The other one was shipped actually, but this one I picked up locally, and it had a little more provenance, and it had been working. But then, with, like I just said, with all of the repair and taking it apart and putting it back together, had some challenges. But we're back, and happy to, get another piece of equipment like this working again. So thanks for watching, coming along. Hope you enjoyed the journey.